Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. And let's get right into the video. And don't forget that everything I have a link to will be linked down below in the description. And I'm first going to start off by removing the shine from the natural nail using my 180 grit sanding band. And then after that, I'm going to go in with my KDS glue and my nail tips. Also, the lighting in this video is a little weird. For some reason it is kind of dark at sometimes and light at sometimes, but it's not too bad where you can't see anything. And yeah, I just want to let you know that the lighting is a little off in some portions of the video. So as you saw, that corner was lifted up, so I went ahead and added some more of my nail glue and glued it down. And because it was sticking to the gloves, I used the lid. You could also use the bottom of the glue itself. Now I'm going in with the same sanding band as before, and I'm just removing the you can see how there's like a very distinct line where the tip and the natural nail meet. And in order to get a good blend, because we are doing ombre, I wanted to, blend this in regardless if I'm doing ombre or not. But just to get a smoother application, I like to blend in where the tip meets the natural nail, but only on the tip. Only on the tip you can do this. And I'm also removing any glue on the natural nail as well, and I'm not using very much pressure at all, and I'm using my pinky to stabilize, so I'm not going all over the place. And I did repeat this for all 10 fingers. So now I'm going in with my 8080 grit hand file. It is from Hannah. I get these from Amazon and they will be linked down below in the description. And she did want tapered square. And as you can see, I did cut them off camera. I just used the purple tip cutters and I have them linked in my description as well. And after I get all the fingers looking good, I'm gonna go in and prime. Just a quick reminder, I upload 2 times a week and I'm trying to go live 1 time a week. The days I upload are Wednesdays and Sundays, and the day I'm trying to go live on is Friday, so stay tuned for that. So now I'm going in with my acid primer. It's from Born Pretty if you're wondering, and I don't have a link to it. And before this I did dehydrate, and now I am going in with my Young Nails primer, which is a non-acid primer which will leave a tacky layer on the nail. And I use both these for like lifting purposes. And now I'm going in with my Model 1's clear acrylic, and I'm using my Model 1's liquid, and I'm pretty sure, let me see what brush that is. It's my Model 1's number 10, aqua brush, and this is just a thin layer of clear just to help prevent lifting. I've already gone over this like a million times, so check back to my previous videos to hear the reason why I add this clear base layer. And yeah, you don't want to do this too thick or you're going to be filing like a lot, because especially near the cuticle area, you want it extremely thin, and you pretty much just want to even everything out with this step also. And I am really liking this number 10 brush. It doesn't feel like it's a number 10, so I'm glad that I got it in the size 10, because I was gonna get it in a size 8, but the size 8 has been too small for me recently. And this is the white acrylic from Model 1's as well, and like I said, I am doing ombre. So what I'm doing is right where the tip ends, I'm going in with a bead of white and blending it to cover that. So I'm pretty much blending it back and forth, and this is what I do for my first layer. And then after this, I'm gonna go in with my nude after I did this on all 5 fingers, because I kind of like it to dry just so I can see what I'm working with, to see if it's light in some areas, dark in some areas, you know, not pigmented enough in some areas. So it just depends, because I do go in and add more white on top of this and then blend some of the nude back into it. And I'm using the nude from the trio kit that I got that came with the liquid, that horrible brush, and the forms, and 3 powders. It came with white, clear, and the nude. The nude is number 27 in that kit, if you were wondering. And yeah, this nude is really pretty. It's really light, so you can see the line of demarcation, like where the white ends and all that. And so you have to go in with multiple beads. If your consistency is a little bit too thin, like a little bit too wet, because my beads I were going in with were wet, but it was just kind of to see how it was gonna work. And then like after I did that first bead, I was like, okay, yeah, it's too wet. And you can see that I added more white at the tip because it was looking too transparent, like it wasn't completely solid in all the areas, which you can't really tell on camera, but in person you can tell the difference. and you can kind of see where that line still is, and I'm just going to be adding more beads to kind of blend it better. And I'm going to do that on all 10 nails. And after this, I'm going to encapsulate with some clear, which I did record also. And after this, I'll be back. So when you guys see me swipe side to side with my brush at like the tip, you know where the white is, it's to uncover some of the white, because I do end up covering up when I'm blending. Sometimes the blend goes too far and it ends up covering up more of the white than I wanted to, and that's okay. I don't panic, I don't freak out, because you can just rub back and forth with your brush. And this is before it dries. This is before it dries, sets, you know, after I'm done blending, you know, just wipe it off real quick and it's done. I'm constantly wiping my brush off on my paper towel so no acrylic is getting stuck in my brush also. And yeah, you just want to swipe side to side at the free edge or wherever you think you blended it too far, and it'll come right off if you do it while it's still wet. And you have to remember, when the acrylic dries, it's gonna it's gonna dry like with more coverage also, so that line's gonna be hidden even more. From what I've noticed, that could be wrong, but that's just what I've noticed when I do the nails, is when it dries it becomes a little bit more opaque and transparent, and it like fully sets. And yeah, and if the blend is just like way too far, I'm just gonna go in and add some more white. Remember that you want to keep this very thin, because you want to encapsulate this, because if you make it too thick, like you keep stacking the white or you keep stacking the nude, then when it comes to you filing and getting the nail together, you're going to file away your blend and your ombre, because when you stop, you know, blending it, that's the way you want it. So to encapsulate it, you just lock it in. So that's why you want to get it as good as you possibly can. You know, since you're liking, if you want an even blend, if you want an uneven blend, if you want this area covered, you don't want this area covered, you know, you can decide that. And then once you decide what you want, you just kind of encapsulate it with the clear. because you guys will see I leave this little hump here to sit, because the longer you let it sit, like you just let it rest on the nail, the more it starts to set up, and when it does that, you'll get more coverage from your powder. And you can see I wiped it off with my finger, which you're not really supposed to touch like the products with your finger because of allergies. You can get a gel allergy, acrylic allergy. And yeah, I did that because I knew I was gonna get it the way I wanted it with my finger. And also, after you touch the acrylic, you want to wash your hands as quick as possible. And as you guys can see, I wet the nail a little bit, and then I put my beaded clear on there, and then I tilted the finger down because I'm gonna let gravity do the work. And you can see if you're doing it all in one bead, then you want it to be like super runny, because by the time it gets to the tip of the nail, it'll be setting up pretty well, right? So you don't want to do too much when it comes to encapsulating, and of course you want to build your apex and your structure with the clear and not with the color. But if it turns out that, you know, it looks good after just one coat of clear, then that's good. But if you need like specific areas, like let's say the cuticle area has a lump in it, or the tip has a lump in it, you go ahead and add that clear where you need it. You don't just keep stacking it on and stacking it on. You have to know where you're going to want to add your product. And you can see I needed another bead right there, so I went ahead and I added another one. So yeah, you guys, let me know down below in the comments which style of video you guys prefer. Like the shorter ones, like the really quick ones that have like zero filing in it. By the way, I don't have me filing the nails after the acrylic's applied, but for a very in-depth video on how I file, it'll be linked in the cards of how I file using my 8080 grit Pana files, and how I file different shapes like coffin and stiletto, tapered square, and I think I had oval in there as well. And yeah, I kind of like doing both videos where I show almost all of what I'm doing or all of what I'm doing, but I know those are longer, and I know a lot of people don't prefer to watch those videos, you know, because they're too long. But I'm never probably gonna, well, I don't want to say never, but at this point in time, I know I'm not gonna do a like real-time video, I should say, because I don't want to say I take too long, but I take maybe about at most 2 hours if I'm like joking around and playing around with like my sister or my mom, again touching the product when I was supposed to. I usually put a glove on that hand and not the hand I'm wearing it, but I forgot to put it back on for this part. So yeah, usually it's the glove touching it, not my hands. And yeah, I take too long on certain parts when I'm like joking around or goofing around, so that's why I prefer to do like the sped up videos, because it makes way more sense to me to do the sped up videos when I take too long, you know, just so you guys don't see me sitting there and it's gonna be like real choppy, because we're gonna sit there and just take forever. So yeah, I'll have to see. Let me know if you guys want something in real time so I can show you how fast I work in some parts and how slow I work in other parts. It all depends. So now I'm going to be going in with my Reds buffer, and I really do need to go to the nail supply store and pick up some more of these because these are my favorite buffers ever. I like the texture of them better than like the like the white blocks, you know what I'm talking about, like those white blocks that everybody uses, or like the orange buffers everybody uses. They're my favorite, and you can see that the nail needed a bit more refining with the hand file, which is okay. You can see that I did hand file and e-file them off camera, and I don't know why, but I buff on camera. I kind of like to buff on camera for whatever reason, because you do get to see part of my filing process. And yeah, before this I did my complete routine, and now I'm going in with my Beetles top coat, and I'm going to seal everything in. And if you wanted to add stones, you could have added, depending on like what you use to secure your stones. I use KDS glue or like brush on nail glue, and you can get both of those glues from Amazon. I always forget what Amazon's called for whatever reason. And the reason why I like using Amazon, especially for like buying Model 1's products, Beetles products, all that, like, and like Macart products, even though they have like their own website, is the shipping. Who knows how long it's going to take when you use the website where it's from, like their brand website versus Amazon, they tell you when it's coming, and it usually gets here pretty quickly. But some places take too long, and here is a more zoomed in shot of my top coat application. So I'm gonna let you guys watch this, and after this I'll be going in with my Blossom Cuticle Oil that's in a Young Nose bottle, and I cure these nails for 90 to 120 seconds. So I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell so you get notified every time I upload. And follow me on all my social medias. Everything I have a link to will be linked down below. Thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.